What's up, everyone? Another way back, more Dyson Sphere Program for you, episode 114. Hanging out on FFO here, which in fact, I'm actually going to name it FFO because there really isn't anything. This is his system, and we're just going to call it FFO, baby. Boom. It's kind of like, it must be like an Asian dish or something like that. Anyway, we're going to name it FFO instead of Ethereal Phoenix 1. It's kind of weird. Anyway, I was chilling out here. I was also checking out the Dyson Sphere. It is growing like gangbusters. Look at all the rockets coming in. Got huge patches of filled in areas right here that are generating 4 gigawatts. So we have plenty of power right now. And I was also thinking, these accumulators are kind of slow as far as how much power you can transport around. Eventually we're going to probably want to do antimatter rods and artificial stars just because we can do more with less in some ways. Now antimatter rods are consumed and accumulators are not, and that's one nice thing about accumulators is that you get to reuse stuff. But we'll see how that goes. I'm not really worried about it now. I was checking out our essentials here, and I noticed that now we're producing 2,000 per minute, and we're only consuming 1,300. We have way more than we need. We're good on power now. The one thing that was concerning for me was that we're not creating any more green science and no space warpers. So the issue there, I went and checked on Endor in between episodes, and green science is not getting any quantum chipsets, and that's because the local processor build there is just getting sucked dry. So what I'm going to do is, before we do anything else, I'm going to beeline it over to Rummy and set up an interstellar to pull from our new processor factory, and that way we can backfill the local demand for quantum the quantum chipset demand, or processor demand on that quantum chipset build from remote. If it can't do it locally, we can do it remotely. So I'm going to do that really quickly to keep those warpers coming in. Again, you got to watch that stuff. Make sure that your warpers are going to be coming in and everything's going to be hunky-dory. And then I believe we're going to get to the motor build, because again, we have supermagnetic ring issues. So I'm probably going to expand the motor build, which means we're going to have to expand everything. Mining setups, probably going to need a lot more iron, stuff like that, which I already had planned to do on Vulk anyway, so it's not that big a deal. We might have to expand the iron forge or iron smelt, but probably not. We do have 3 of them, and I think they keep up pretty well. But we'll watch it after. What you do is when you expand, Rummy, there it is. Where is it? Oh, he's right there. When you expand any factory, you have to look at the things that feed it and see if it can keep up. That's really what you got. Oh, we landed right on the chipset build. Perfect. So I was watching this thing, and everything is fine on the actual quantum chipset build, this piece over here, except processors are just not coming in fast enough. So I'm just going to put one of these guys kind of right here. Let me copy this guy. It's Shift. I'm just going to do it right here and sideload it. So I think the way to do it is just go over the top like that. I don't really care how I have to do this, and it's just going to get, some power, easy power right here. Let's do it max. Let's do this. Let's give it ships. Let's do all the stuff. And we're going to tell it, we want, we want processors, and let's do 3,000 processors. We don't want to hit it too hard. And we're going to local store this. So that's going to go get us processors. Let's tell it we also want warpers, right? We always do warpers. It's kind of our thing. Local demand, and then we're not supplying anything. There we go, got warpers. And then we don't need that many of these, maybe like 10, because we're really only getting warpers and stuff. So let's just get like 10 of those. And now we can backfill, like we did with a lot of our other builds, mostly the smelteries on Endor. We kind of backfilled that thing. Let's go up and over. After the fact, after we already built some stuff, right, off planet. We brought it in and just kind of supplemented what we already had. So that's just what I'm doing here. Is we're gonna side load. So the local build comes first, as usual, right? Let's get out of God mode. So that should side load, and we should get a nice steady stream of processors. But it lets this way. It lets the local chipsets in first, right? And that's what we want. Actually, we might not want that. Well, it doesn't have to build up. That's totally fine. All right, this is looking good now. I like this. We have 1,000 warpers coming in. Why? Not really sure. But okay, that's kind of a lot. It's going to probably mess up our system, but that's okay. Now the quantum chipsets should be bumping up a lot. So I think the chipsets are right here. Let's put chipsets on 3 so we can watch those as well, because they are kind of a big deal. So let's just go hit them all with a number 3. There are the motors, chipsets. Here we go. Chipset, chipset, chipset. We don't need these. They're subcomponents. These are all subcomponents. We don't care. Okay, so if we look at quantum chipsets, just bumped up now to 50. They just started, well, I mean, they were producing a little bit, but now they're maxed. Once we build the quantum chipset factory on, I think it's, I had it in my notes. I made sure to update my build strategy notes, and now we're doing, oh, Valk 2 does not have a name yet. So we got to name Valk 2 pretty soon, but that's where chipsets are. And once we get an actual quantum factory there, this number is going to jump through the roof, so no problems. Let's go for 1 minute. So you can see now we're doing 240 per minute. We're doing max, right? That's 4 per second like we built this thing to do. And it's only consuming 100 and something. Now it's bumping up probably because everybody's going to want them. So the other chipset build's doing okay. The green one is really not being able to keep up. Regular processor going out of control. That's good. But it's running all... It is blipping a little bit. It's hard to tell on 1 minute interval. Let's do 10. Okay, so it's winding down a little bit. That's good. It is blipping. You can see it doing it right here. Green chipsets are blipping as well. But now everything's going to get running again. Supermagnetics are starting to run. That's good. Maybe we just aren't getting them on Endor. That's possible. Let's look at green now. Green is starting to be consumed because we're creating warpers. So pretty soon, I think green will start to... As we generate a lot more of these guys, green should start, the matrix should start being generated again, green science, because we have processors. We also are using quantum chipsets on our rocket build, so it's got a little bit of a, what's that called? There's not a conflict of interest. There's a little bit of a tug of war going on right now between the rocket build and the green matrix build, or the green science build. I was hoping, and I think it still might be true, I'm hoping that because this is local to the system, that Endor will get these chipsets first. I don't think that's happening, but it would be nice. So when we build stuff on Valk 2, though, it won't matter anymore. We're going to have a giant thing. So we got that all going. Let's do this so we can just look at what we've got. I think we're all ready to go build some, probably... I think I want to do motors, because I think the motors is what we're having a problem with. Well, I mean, I think our power is good. Oh, why is this on there? Oh, wait, that's... Okay, that's everything. I think power is good. I don't think we need to worry about power. I think we should worry about processors. Let's go back to the processor build. See, we still don't have any of those going. Should we just grab some? Let's just grab all these. Why is it only giving me half? Why is it not... Okay. See, okay, there we go. You have to hold it a certain way or something? Okay, it's just not... That's everything. Let's go to Endor and just put these in there anyway, just to make sure that we've got some green science being created, because I really don't want to run out of warpers, and now we're grabbing 1,000 warpers at a time. But we're not generating any more warpers, so I'm a little bit concerned. That concerns me. As you know, warpers is basically the backbone of your whole system. Warpers and power. You just have to have warpers and power. That's it. I mean, you have to have other things, but those things are critical because every system uses warpers and power. Every factory, everything uses warpers and power. So let's go over here. That looks like that's the pole, correct? So I'm kind of flying upside down here. I don't even know what I'm doing. That looks about right. That's the mall. No, that's organics. Alright, so let's put these in there. At least we'll get some green science going. Let's see if it did not get any chipsets. So my fear is correct that they are not getting chipsets because the rocket build is grabbing them. So let's do that. At least it'll get some of that going. At least it'll get us some green science being created for warpers, really. Let's go to Valk 2 now, which we will name... Probably on the next episode. Now that I've got my little strategy thing all worked out, I'll go figure out like who's next on the list to get a planet named after them. So we're a little under the gun to get those quantum chipsets going. I did also, while I was on Rummy checking stuff out, I took a screenshot of the processor build, which I will be using to create the next factories, basically, for the chipsets, because we have 5 more factories to do now. 4 subcomponents for the quantums, and then the quantums. So, oh no, we're doing motors. We're doing motors. Motors are on Ingvi, which used to be which used to be Greg Flowers 3. So let's just look around, because I'm sure it's close by. Okay, there's Nether. This should be, yeah, Greg Flowers 3, Ingvi. Let's go there instead. Let's check out the motor build. We can probably just expand tier 2s. I think tier 1s probably, because I think we have space. Because it's really 2 tier 1 factories can run a whole tier 2 factory. So I think we can increase the tier 1. We should be okay. So we want Ingvi, which I think this is Ingvi. Yeah. Okay, good. Just follow the... until you don't see any more. And we're going to fix this build because it's crap. First, let's shut it off. Let's just shut this off. Yeah, let's kill this. And then we'll just rebuild it in a little bit here. There we go. Because this is backward. We really should have had the 3 on the outside. Now, actually, it won't fit. I don't think 3 will fit like that. Well, we'd have to run 3 lines then. Because we're only getting half of what we could get out of this thing. That's how this is working. Because if you look at this, yeah, we're only getting 15 because we're sharing a belt, and we can only do 15 per second on one side of that iron, and 15 on the other side. We're only getting 15 deep. So in order to get, well, that's 15 times 4 is 60. Well, we can get 22 times 3 is 66. So we can get a little bit more out of this by doing that. And we don't have to use up so much crap. So let's just rip all this stuff out. In fact, let's turn all this off. Let's rip this stuff out too. And then, no, I don't want to do that. Let's rip this out. Let's rip all this. There we go. And I think if we rip this, it will, yeah, just unfilters those. There we go. Okay, we're going to reset this whole thing. It's a little bit of a pain, but I'd rather have correct builds, because I'm going to copy this with the blueprint. So technically, we're going to have to do this anyway. Right next door, right there, where we're already starting to build, we were going to have to do it anyway. So why don't we just rip all this stuff out too? Oh, do we have enough space to rip this out? Yeah, we do if we do this. If we throw away this other junk. Let's sort and then throw this stuff away. That's going to get us, you know, and then I bet you we can load this. Well, let's do that. Oh, man, we should have picked up probably some more power, but that's fine. All right, so we have more space now. I think we can rip more stuff out. You know, we'll rip that out in a second. Let's just keep ripping this, because I want to have enough space for this. We have, okay, we got plenty of space, I think. Again, it would be nice if they had something that would help you rip these out. Like a, I don't know, unbuilder or something. I'm sure, you know what's funny? I bet you that mod does that too. Okay, so see, now we're full. Okay, we got a bunch of junk in our system here. That's why. All right, let's get rid of it. Okay, I don't want to get rid of this stuff, because this is like... Let's see if it's got... Yeah, we're getting kind of a glut of these other things. Let's go throw these down over here, since we can't just delete them, which would be really nice. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Really want to get this stuff picked up, the assemblers, and then we can worry about picking up other stuff. Looks like we're full up again. Okay, last line, and that should do it for us. Now I think we can do this. I'm watching very closely to make sure that we can, and it looks like we can't. Let's throw down a bunch of junk over here again. We're just going to be deleting this in a minute, after we pick up all this other stuff. Now, I believe this is... Yeah, those are belts, so we definitely want belts. There we go. Okay, so now I can dump all this stuff off over here. Yeah, and I think this is just all components that we don't care about. Let's sort. All right, this looks good, and we're going to kill that. Okay, now we're ready to build. Okay, so the way this is going to work is we need one line for each, right? It needs to be one set of assemblers uses one line of at least the iron. If you look at this, you could actually use, oh, it could be 4. It could be iron and then the 2 middle ones, right? Then you could do 4. Then it would do the whole thing because you have 2 things of iron. So I think the way it works, why don't we do it like this? Is we're going to need a lot of space. Let's see if this will even fit. This can be the feedback, right? And that might even, oh, is that a 5x20? I think it is. This is a 6x20. That might change things. How much space do we have till we hit a fault line? Ooh, a lot. This is literally on, this is, I think this is the equator, actually. Because this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So yeah, this is the other side of the equator. I don't know if we can fit a 5x on this one. In this build, I really don't know. So let's try it. Let's see what we can get away with. Because it will be imperative. So we can do 1 6 and 2 5s, but that's going to be different kinds of builds. I'd rather do the same build. So let's see if we can what we can fit in here, because it really has to be in a 5x. In fact, why don't we do this? Why don't we just, can we reset this one? How much space do we have? Yeah, we probably can. Yeah, this guy's got nothing on him. Let's drop this. Let's kill everything. Let's start putting the foundation in. And then what I'll do is I'll look into trying to make a 5x. That's strange. That is odd. Please don't fill up. There we go. Nice. I'll look at making a 5x and see if we're going to change this whole thing or how it'll work. All right. Nope. You should be in God mode. I don't know why you're running around. God mode. There we go. All right. So let's get this put in. This must have been when we didn't have foundation. We were just going to build it without it, apparently. We already know this goes down to here, so let's just go that way now. Can't see it with a suborbital in the way. Not a big deal. This is going to help a lot. Now, right now, it's shut down, so we really need to get this thing working. And I really should have thought about that before I shut it down. Now, luckily, we do have, you know, our backup stuff on Endor at least producing. That's nice. Why we took this out, I don't really know, because we're just going to put it right back and have to power it. We got to put it right there. And then he's going to be like this. You're going to need your power to be here. We always do it like that now in case we need 2 belts out of the back. We're going to tell it full power, full everything. We're going to give it ships. We're going to give it a lot of these local guys. We're going to tell it you want iron. Do we want to get a whole thing of iron? Why don't we just do this? We're going to have to move this. I don't like this. Maybe we should move this build. That's a lot of moving. Why don't we just do a 6? We're just going to do a 6. We'll do the 5 with the other ones. This is going to be a 6 build. So I'm pretty sure we can do this with a 6 build. With 20 by 6. This is what we're going to do. With the other one, we'll do something different. All right, so this guy goes in like this, right? We got another one here, and then we got 4 lines coming in, 2 iron, right? Oops. And then we got gears and magnetic coils and iron again, and then we've got this guy over here. Now, these are going to do 22 per second coming out, aren't they? Or is it... I don't remember. Let's just set this guy up, I guess. No, it's 15, so we're fine. We can share a belt. All right, then we got a belt coming back, and now the whole thing will be used. So that's actually really cool. So the way this is going to work is we're going to have the iron coming off this. For now, we'll do none, right? It's going to come in like that, and then we got another one coming in right here. That's going to be probably gears. That's probably coils, and then we're going to have another iron. And then this is just a return belt that's going to go in the back. Like that. All right, sweet. Let's get this other side in. Again, because we're really just going to make a set of 4 here. And we aren't going to be able to copy this. So, you know, that's fine. It's not that big of a deal. I'd rather just get this thing moving and not have to move those interstellars. It's the old build. It's the old way. When I thought I had 6. And I don't. I have 5. right, sweet. And then there's going to be, you know, 1, 2, 3 return belt all the way in the back like this. Boom. Okay, sweet. That is wrong. All right, let's move to the center, I guess, and do this right. We've already got one guy in there, so we can kill these guys and just... No, that's incorrect. We're also going to have to alternate? I don't think we are, actually. Nah, we're going to be good. Okay, this is actually cool. We can actually just move it. Oh, that's not right. That's okay. We'll redraw it in a second here. We're just going to do that, and then they can actually be right across from each other, so that's perfect. Let's do the return belt so I don't mess it up. Okay, and then let's get some of these belts in. Let's get this one. He's one off, right? This is going to go all the way down, except it's about... I think it ends there. Let's zoom out a little bit more so I can actually see what I'm doing. That way these guys can get going, and they'll be doing something while we're just messing around. And then I believe it's right there. Okay, cool. That is the initial bottom two right there. And so now let's prioritize, like we like to do, and let's put in slap in the sorters here. This is going to be like it is in a lot of builds that are sharing an output. We're going to go like that, and then this guy goes like this, and then this guy is going to go like this. So I kind of want to do it like this, which means this guy's going to do the same thing. He's going to go from here, and then this guy goes from here like that. See how it already is offset just right because we have 4 belts. So that's perfect. There. That's it. That's literally it. So let's go back down here so the bots can do their thing down here, and I can't see what I'm doing. Right. And then we're going to copy paste this stuff. What is it doing? Okay, there we go. And we're going to alt paste drag. This is going to be way better. This is going to be a much better build than the previous one. It's going to use all of the machines, or assemblers, instead of just a little over half of them. So, cool. I know it's 6 by... I guess the first factory can be a 6 by, and really the other two are 5 bys, right? So that's totally fine. Let's get some of this building again, the inputs, and we got to get this set up or they're not going to have anything to do. I think it goes to there. If not, we'll just take them out in a minute. All right, sweet. Boom, boom, boom. And then 1, 2, 3, return belt. Europe. All right, sweet. There, that guy's done. Let's prioritize up here again. And then when we run back there, they'll do the rest of them. And we got to turn this back on because now everything's probably messed up. So if we look at motor at the build here, oops. Yeah, everything's jacked. Yeah, and so we need to hurry. So let's get down this direction. Let them finish this while I paste in the rest of the assemblers here. Now, remember, this isn't really more of anything. It's actually less belt, I believe. Well, it's a little bit more belt. But the assemblers and sorters, it's the same amount, because this is the exact same number of sorters and stuff we had to do anyway. Let's let them prioritize the back here. That's what she said. And then we can move up front and finish this build off, turn it back on, and get this thing working. And then it'll actually do more. I don't know why I'm getting a phone call. Hold on, I'll tell my friend. 10 minutes, 7 min. Alright, so that's done. Let's get this thing turned back on, and now it'll actually use the whole build. That's awesome. We have to make sure we do this right, though. This is iron. This is iron. Now, it's going to consume iron a lot faster, so we've got to be careful of that. Let's turn all the iron ones on first, because those are dedicated lines, and they have to be exactly correct. Now we'll put gears, I think, and then we'll do the magnetic dudes. We'll do the same thing over here. We're going to do gears and then magnetic dudes, and there we go. Now we have a fully functional battle station. Let's bump this to 5,000. There we go. Cool. Now this whole thing should be moving. Let's go all the way to the back and watch it. It should eat all of it, all the way back to here. Yep. Everybody's working. That's much better. We're going to dupe this and make it again. So what I'm going to do, well, this is a 5, so we're going to make this a 6. So we're going to take that out. We're going to take this stuff out. We're going to expand our foundation a little bit. The autosave only hits us once per game now, or once per episode. That's good because the last couple of episodes, I've had to go and literally hand edit the file 3 or 4 times and fix the audio because it was completely busted. Let's get this foundation down. We're going to make another 20 by 6 so that we have more throughput and can just get more, more engines or Mark 1 motors through this thing. And then we'll do, 2 5x20s on the other side. That's kind of cool. You don't have to have them exactly perfect if it's actually going to save, a lot of, going to generate more for you. Might as well use the space. So we got those guys now, which means I don't want to copy them. Let's get the copier running here, and let's copy everything but, well, I don't want that. Let's get rid of that. Let's use one of these, which, let's use one of these. And why does it keep bouncing back? That's kind of annoying. Right there. That's actually how I want it. And we'll go to the copier and start copying. Is he out of range? Did he build it? Yeah, okay. Alright, so let's start copying. Copy all the way up to here. We actually do want the interstellar this time, which is good. We can always back out of those suborbitals, so it doesn't really matter that they're in there. Now, I'm going to copy that too, because I do believe we kind of need that to power those last couple of guys. So let's get everything now. Wow, this is a massive build. That's what she said. That's awesome. All right, cool. Now let's back out of the stuff we don't want with control. I'm holding down control to get that red box so I can back out of the pieces of the blueprint I don't want. They're really already there, so I really don't need to do them again. Right? Because then the build won't work. It'll say, hey, there's something in the way, I can't do it. So I think that's pretty much everything. Let's move the bot so it'll actually build. Let's go to copy, and boom, look at that. Now it's lining it up that's kind of the issue. Let me move the cursor, because the thing I know where it goes is this guy. He goes right there. See how the center of the interstellar is right on the middle of that 6x20? And boom. It's that easy. Screenshot. Yep. Screenshot, baby. Man, that is so cool. That is like one of the coolest things. That mod saves the day. I'm going to run over here. Oh, I can't because I'm doing something else while these guys build. I'm trying to create a thumbnail. And it looks the same as the previous one, so that's not great, but okay. I mean, it looks cool. I guess it's cool like a couple times, right? I actually need to shrink that down. The thumbnail's too big, or the picture. That's cool. I like that. Expanding on that robot or motor factory. And we really did a lot of other things too. We did some maintenance, kind of fixed some stuff, went and checked on other things, got more processors over there to Rummy. That was a good idea. Cancel. I want to get out of this. Cancel. What is it doing? I want to back out of what you just did. Okay, that's good. Let's save it. All right, so I got my thumbnail, and this thing's building. Let's go over here, prioritize. Well, actually, we want to prioritize this. Whoa. This is what we want to prioritize. Go down. I can't get out of the build mode. Okay, there we go. So this guy should start requesting stuff, I think. How come I can't click him? Oh, that's strange. Oh, I know why, because I don't have my UI on. So it's going to go grab a bunch of stuff. It looks like it's maxed. So why don't we do this too? Max power, max this. We want ships here. It has no ships. We want warp. Oh, it's already got warpers. We want a bunch of these guys. Let's just max it. It's going to have to move stuff around. And it should start building. I don't know why it's not. Oh, we haven't set up the filters, because you got to set up those by hand, it looks like. No problems. Let's get these guys in. And then we're going to go build those in a second. Oh, there it goes. The filters are set up. It just didn't have any stuff. So now it should start, because I think this guy is probably getting slammed too. Mark II motors are probably pulling everything it can build. See, those are Mark IIs pulling those motors. But now we've got 2 of these factories running, which, again, probably means we're going to have to put in more iron. I bet you iron's going to be slammed now. Let's go look at what we're doing here. This, yeah, see, we just bumped this way up. Let's go one per 1 minute. 3,600 now. I think that's double, I want to say. Well, it's definitely more than double, actually, because we fixed the other factory. The other factory is doing 60 assemblers. The new ones are doing 88. So that's a 50% higher on the one factory, and we made 2 of them. So that should help fill all this stuff. The bots are just about done. Both of these things are running now. That's so sweet. In fact, maybe it's better to just do a screenshot like this. Man, that looks cool. That looks so cool. Let's do alt print screen. Or maybe should it be like this? Mega motor build. That's a literal mega motor build right there. Man, that's cool. Well, I'll save both. Actually, I don't have it up now. I have to reload it. Yeah, so if you like this video, please click the like button. It does help a lot when people do that. I'm going to keep the image the way it is. But that really does help. It helps me know what you guys like. It helps the channel. More interaction is always great. A lot more comments are coming in. I really appreciate the comments. I reply to every comment. People's names go on planets that do comment on the videos. I try to put those people's names in my Let's Plays. So I would love to hear what you think. And if you're new here, please subscribe. I do 2 of these a day. It can be a new game coming out as soon as we're done with this, which might actually take a while because we're actually have a lot more stuff to do. Where's the bot? Oh, I know where he is. He's hidden. So let's look at Mark IIs really quickly. So Mark IIs are actually, it's almost keeping up now with the demand for Mark IIs that's churning out. And I bet you those are all going over to here now. They are. So that's good. We can get super magnetics up to 2,400 and stop. Let's put this guy to 3,000 now that he's going to have enough capacity to pull. That's 3 boatloads. Let's do, he's got 4 boatloads already. I think these are also doing 4 boatloads apiece, 5 each. Okay, that's good. So that's going to help. I think we're done with engines. We probably should go back. We're probably going to have to do mining op and another iron smelt, I think is what we're going to be doing. So you can see jamming now. Jamming. That's awesome. Very, very good to see. Quantum chipsets, you know, doing all right. It's really just Rummy kind of doing it. Let's look at this. Good. We have green coming out again. Green science is producing, which is good. That's what we needed for warpers. Accumulators are only producing as much as we need. It's blipping. That's perfect. Our power is great. Solar sails, same thing. Blipping. That's what I like to see. So that's all that there is going to be on this episode. Please join me on episode 115. We're going to go back to processor. Well, we're going to do some mining first, a bunch of iron mining probably. We're probably going to check the smelts on Cowboy 1981 to see if iron needs another smelt, another smeltery. And if so, we're going to obviously put one there. We're also going to check on magnets, might be affected, and then copper. Copper definitely needs probably more ore. I think the copper needs to be hit. We're going to probably go back to Rummy and hit the copper mines there if we don't hit them somewhere else. Anyway, I will see you on the next episode. Stay frosty.